Hi, my name is Ellen, and I'm so glad you're joining me. Today I'll be leading a guided meditation called Somatic Tracking, and it's for movement and activity. So let's get started. So as you prepare to start your activity, whatever it might be, maybe walking or biking or gardening, maybe going to a concert, whatever you're doing, just take a moment to ground yourself right here in the present moment. And that can be done by just feeling the surface below you. It doesn't matter if you're sitting or standing or even lying down. Just notice the surface as it balances you, as it grounds you, and connect with the breath. So breathing slowly in and out of the nose, sending breath all the way down to your belly, and breathing out. On the inhale, just allowing your abdomen to expand, and on the exhale, allowing it to contract. Great. You're just regulating your nervous system so you can keep this breath light and steady even throughout your activity. So again, breathing in and just relaxing the tension in your body. And breathing out, letting go of any expectation, worries about the future or what might happen later, or times that you've exercised before, and just come into the present moment, feeling the breath in your nose or in the back of your throat, or as your belly expands and contracts. And on the exhale, as your breath billows out your nose. This sensation of breath in your body is a safe home to come back to whenever your mind wanders. Just know this breath sensation is always available to rebalance you. You can shift your mind back into this present moment. And know that this practice is done in a light and curious way. So there's no judgment, no self-critical thoughts. You're just getting curious and cultivating lots of compassion. So as you begin, taking a moment to first visualize yourself doing this activity. Just seeing how your body looks, how relaxed and joyful. Noticing how light and gentle your movements are, how happy and calm your face is. So just imprint this in your mind and see yourself breathing in and breathing out. You're preparing for this activity with a peaceful and positive mindset. So taking another breath in and letting that breath go, making the exhale just a little longer than the inhale. So now as you begin to engage in this activity, remember to bring in mindfulness. So that's staying here in the present moment and also noticing everything around you, like the sounds and what you see and what kind of sensations you feel in your body as you move along doing the activity, you might notice something really small, like the cool air on your face, or the pressure of whatever's touching a surface. Maybe you see colors, textures, and shapes. Maybe you see more things that stand out to you, things you find beautiful or enjoyable. Maybe you see people you know, or animals that make you smile. Just take it all in. You can do your activity using your senses and keeping that breath in the background of your experience. And you can use this breath to support you during the activity, whether it naturally lengthens or shortens. And taking a moment to notice the muscle tension in your body. Are there any places of holding that you notice? Maybe in your jaw, or your shoulders, or your back, or your hips. Is there any opportunity to relax a little? And how is your breath? Has it changed? Is it still smooth, or has it become choppy? And do you notice any gripping in any areas, like in your hands? Or maybe in your legs? And how's your pace? And is there a lightness to your gait? Or does it feel heavy and richer? Just noticing here with curiosity. Or you're not looking at every movement like a hawk. Or just seeing where in your body things are happening. Seeing if there's any places that we can relax a little bit along the way. Keeping everything light. Kind of looking at our body with detached interest. And so let's bring awareness to your mind and just notice where it's naturally gravitated to. Do you notice any habitual thoughts or patterns? Thoughts like, I hope this doesn't set me back. I hope that I'll be okay after this. I hope I don't go too far or push myself too much with this activity. All of these thoughts are very natural, but they aren't necessary because you're sending your brain signals that there might be a threat, that this might be an unsafe activity, and your brain might start to perceive that this activity is unsafe. So instead, we can influence the brain in a new way. We can perceive this activity as safe by breathing smoothly and calmly, by smiling, by really enjoying our activity, being calm in the body, so the body thinks that you are just fine. And that brings it to the brain in signals, and the brain perceives this activity as just fine. So you can really take notice of everything around you, whether you're listening to music or being mindful of your surroundings, trees, sun, people passing by. And if you're indoors, you can notice how safe you are. You can fully enjoy this activity and do it with lightfulness and playfulness, reminding yourself that you're taking care of you, that this movement is important to your health, that it's what the body was designed to do. And if any strong sensations come up in the body while you're doing this activity, that's fine. You can just notice them. Get curious about them. You can observe them without trying to change or fix them. You can allow them to be there because they're communicating to your brain a different message from your nervous system. And we can perceive these sensations differently. Instead of the brain perceiving them as a threat, we can perceive this activity as safe, and that the symptom isn't dangerous. It just might be the body's way of communicating what's happening in the present moment. So if it becomes more intense throughout this activity, you might want to slow down or rest. You might just want to stop it altogether. Just listening to your body, listening to what it's communicating to you. We're just changing our habitual reactions and perceptions to the sensations in our body. We can remind ourselves also that if we're working with a PT or all of our tests have come back normal and our doctors have approved of this activity, then this activity is probably safe. It's just that in the recent past it's been perceived as dangerous because maybe we experienced an uptick in symptoms or it caused a flare. We can actually talk to the fear center in our brain and say, I know you're worried, but I've got this. I know this activity seemed dangerous because I didn't feel well after. It's kind of like staying away from a food that's given you food poisoning in the past. But it wasn't the food, and it's not the activity if the doctors approved it. Just like we can eat that same food that we perceived as dangerous because one time it made us sick. And by doing this, we're creating a new neural pathway from our prior activity to danger to activity to safe. So wherever you are now, just moving your body in a light, graceful way. Knowing that the body can heal itself even as we do these movements, or even if we get an increase in sensations after. And it may be that the body's recalibrating and expanding its bandwidth. And this can cause an uptick in symptoms, but it doesn't mean we're not improving. We can perceive it as a natural part of recovery. And over time, this recalibration or adjustment period may become less and less pronounced, so symptoms begin to fade, and the nervous system and brain feel less threatened by exercise. We can build our threshold for movement and activity gradually and safely in the same way that you're doing now. Remember, too, that by doing this activity, you're supporting your body and your mental and emotional well-being. So maybe taking a moment to appreciate all that our brains have done to protect us But now, in this activity, it's not necessary. We can do this activity, and it's safe and good for us. So we're continuing to build that new neural pathway. And when we keep with this consistently, the old neural pathway will eventually dissipate. So continue enjoying your activity, remembering how great this feels, maybe smiling, or you might sing. Just fill your mind with emotions of safety and really imprint that in your mind, how good this feels, how light and joyful. This positive imagery tells your brain that you're safe. And whether you're with a friend or a loved one or a dog or cat, just appreciate this opportunity for your body to move and for people that are in it, and for the sun or the safe place that you're doing the activity, and just enjoy every moment. So when you've finished with the activity, you can take some time to lower your heart rate with the diaphragmatic breathing that we did in the beginning of the meditation. So that's breathing in and out of the nose, low and slow, and expanding and contracting your belly so you feel the air coming in and out of the body smoothly and quietly. And you can do this for 3 or 5 or even 10 minutes. It will regulate your nervous system again, put you into rest and digest, send extra oxygen to the muscles and cells, and communicate signals of safety to the brain. And so give your body some love and gratitude. And remember that this activity that you just completed is a win. Maybe acknowledging that with a self-hug, self-high five, or writing it down and celebrating it. Again, this positive emotion, this celebration, fortifies to your brain that this activity is safe. Well, I hope you enjoyed your nourishing and enjoyable activity today. I hope that it fed your soul. And as always, I wish you well in your recovery. Namaste.